Alrighty, so here we are back playing some Tropico 6. I believe this is episode 6 now. In the last episode, what I talked about last was I wanted to get all the happinesses up. So that's probably going to be the first focus of this episode. Yeah, I mean, everything's just cruising along. We have a little rebel threat. I talked about in the last episode. Probably a foreign spy on the island. I doubt that the population's so unhappy that they're becoming rebels on their own. Everything is looking up. You know, it would be a really good idea to start getting the happinesses up because very soon we might be running into an election, so it would be nice to get the happinesses up. But I mean, we do have the rubber plantations, we do have the steel mills. Now that we have all this, it would probably be best just to focus on getting the vehicle factories up first, because as soon as we get those up, then the population can, or well, our island will start generating a whole lot of money, and that would be really good. Getting money up first before we go make decisions, go make buildings that start costing a lot of money would be best. And so getting down, if I could just finish all 4 of these vehicle factories and then get like a good trade deal on them, then it'll be like we have an infinite amount of money. We can just do whatever we want. Real quick, let's see how much rubber we need for each vehicle factory. So there's one plantation of rubber will give 2,900, and then a vehicle factory takes 5,800. So the math works out to 2 rubber plantations for 1 vehicle factory, and so we have a total of 4 rubber plantations here. And so we're gonna need 4 more rubber plantations. That's not too bad to do. So this means that right now at least we can get down at least 1 more vehicle factory. And it looks like they can fit in these little city blocks, so potentially... yeah, I think I'm going to set one down here. From the last episode, I believe we still have industrialization activated. This also means that we're going to need some more rubber plantations, so I'll go ahead and set some down now. Maybe we can set down 2 here. So that's all of the rubber that we're gonna need. Oh no, we need a total of 4. But I kind of want to mix in... we have 2 corn plantations. That's pretty good, but I think I'm gonna kind of work on another food type. So we'll do bananas, why not? We'll do 2 banana plantations. So that is a lot of money spent, but all of these buildings, vehicle factories, rubber plantations, banana plantations, they're all going to be generating money. They'll be a net positive on the island, so that's okay to spend. We have a communist demand or a militarist demand. Oops, I accidentally just got rid of it. That's right though. So constantly I want to be checking out the new offers every time we get new offers, and you want to try and find something that is to America. Specifically, we want cars. The reason we want it to America is our highest standing superpower, so they're going to give us the best deals out of everything. We currently have the EU invited to our offshore office, so we get a higher export price on cars. On top of that, this is a DLC thing, but we got this event here, Armageddon, So the price of each good is either increased by 25% or decreased by 15%, and cars luckily made it onto the plus 25%. So if we come down here to the trade menu and sort by price, we can see that cars is at the very top. And ever since the Armageddon thing happened, little Armageddon event happened, it shot up to $38,000 for 1,000 cars. And so if we have 4 car manufacturing factories, and eventually we'll reach a point where we're just making boatloads of money. Our population, we need more high school educated people. As you can see here, the island is completely net positive. Like every month, look at that, it's just going up. We're not losing money every month. The money is just constantly on an upward trend. That's really good for us. We're going to leave all of the plantations and factory ranches on. Allow local consumption. We're also going to kind of stretch them out to be sort of on the edges of the city here. Reason being is that broke Tropicans, people without jobs, can wander their way around to the edges of the city to buy food. But of course, any Tropican will always search for, well, whenever they're going for food, they're going to search for the highest food quality. And so right now the highest food quality on the whole island is, if I can figure out where I ended up setting it down, our grocery. And so banana and corn. So previously I believe the food quality was up to 67, and now we can see that it was up to 60, and now it's up to 67. So every time we bring in a new food type, the food quality will go up. And poor Tropicans, if they manage to make it to the poor class, they can use the grocery, but broke Tropicans can come over here. As a matter of fact, I might end up setting... Well, I want to completely focus on getting down completely finish setting up the car manufacturing plants, then I'll move on to focusing on getting our population happy. We can get down the final 2 rubber plantations we need. Kind of set them way over here next to the like touristy beach over here. That's okay. And we'll get down the final bit of food, specifically pineapples. Probably gonna do one more set of corn. Reason being is that all of the factory ranches are gonna require an input of corn. So I'm gonna go ahead and quick build the rubber plantations here. Put everything on the max budget. Real quick, let's see, education. No, unemployed. We have nothing but, yeah, so we have a lot of stuff that requires, I mean, that kind of sucks. We have a lot of jobs that require a high school education, but we don't have any high school educated people that don't have a job. This isn't really that great, but all of the rubber plantations I'm going to go through and just hire people to work in them, and the steel mills. So rubber plantations, yada yada yada. Reason being is that I at least want, and the vehicle factories, why not? So this whole chain of rubber, and I guess I can go through and also do the cabaret in the theater. But I want the rubber to be completely filled in. Then I also want, it looks like we're going to need steel mills, steel workers here, steel mill workers. Okay, yeah, that costs a lot of money, but that's okay. And so specifically, I want to make sure that our rubber plantations are completely staffed. I want the steel mills completely staffed. And then I want the vehicle factories completely staffed. Reason being is that we want this chain completely worked in. Want it completely up and running, and then also the theater, we're gonna need the theater to be up and running, as well as the cabaret would be nice to have that up and running as well. So I didn't take into account this, which is we actually have too many buildings that are requiring electricity. So we're gonna go ahead and slap down another coal power plant here. Gonna just quick build it. Put on the max budget. We just really need the electricity for buildings that require electricity. Brand new vehicle factory. It's getting too expensive to start hiring more Tropicans from off the island, so I think I'm gonna have to chill out for a while. Let the island build itself up for a bit. Good old days. The freighter just pulled out with $43,000 worth of profit. That's really good. And it looks like we just made it to another set of trade deals. Still no cars though. You can import cars. You can import steel, which would be nice. I'm gonna go through. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, everything is just cruising along. Finish building up a bit of roads here. Let's see if, yeah, so all of these mansions are completely filled in. This means that I'm gonna go ahead and build just a couple more. There's a yellow one here, which means I want to kind of mix it up. We'll mix in a blue one here. Blue one there with a pink one here, I believe. That ought to be nice. Let's see if I still had... No, I didn't have urban development. I could go through and delete these, but I mean, I'm not going to. Now that we are definitely at a point where we have enough like resources for these vehicle factories, I'm gonna build the final two. I'll build one over here. As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to demolish this road, and we'll build the final vehicle factory. I could build it right here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go through and build just like a number of flop houses in these areas here, just in a spare area. The vehicle's on high priority. Our support's recovering, and the reason is that the environmentalists aren't so upset anymore. And as you can see, ever since we started influencing everyone towards the industrialist faction, we only have 169 environmentalists now, as compared to our almost 400 industrialists. And as you can see, there's way more diehard industrialists than diehard environmentalists. And so this is all pretty good for us. And so that's just like a textbook way of influencing your population. Just make sure you try and get efficient use of your media buildings. There's a shack on fire. Demolish said shack. I don't know why there is broke Tropicans, or not broke Tropicans, but I don't know why there's people living in shacks. There's a lot of apartments that are empty, so all these well-off people should be living in them. And then on top of that, the poor population, that's okay. We're gonna have some flop houses up soon for them. And then the broke Tropicans, what we can do is find a decent place to fit in some more bunkhouses that utilize the free housing option. I mean, anywhere will do, really. I'll go ahead and throw down some free housing here. And we'll throw down some free housing there. Build it all up. Set it all max budget, electrify it all, change it all to stack them higher. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go through and just build like a number of chapels around. Population's gonna want them. Might as well throw down a handful. I always like filling in any extra spaces with parks wherever you can, just to make it look a little nicer than normal. You could also fill it in with like other buildings, but I mean that's not always gonna make the island look good. But what you could do is so right here what I did was, this is just like what I always like doing whenever I'm building buildings. Right out in front of the building, so as you can see, this is the front side of the chapel. So you can see people are walking in through here. Let's put them all, make sure they're all in the max budget, and change the work modes. But this is the front side of the building, so what I did was I put parks out front, and you can kind of like create cool little designs and stuff. But alternatively, what I could have done is moved it forward so that it's, these parks aren't here, and this is the front over here now. And then behind the building, you can put a flop house or maybe like a clinic, just something that's like a 1x3. And so yeah, I ended up doing that here. So as you can see, here is this chapel. The front is on this side here, and then on the side of the building I put a flop house, and so that ends up taking up this whole area. And so any of these options will work fine, but I like getting down the parks a little bit more than squeezing in a couple more flop houses. There's nothing really super great. Still, we need to wait 3 more months, and hopefully America wishes for us to export cars to them. Homeless families, we got a lot of free housing for people. It says 6 here for the broke housing, or for vacant homes for the broke population. But really it means 6 buildings have vacant housing, and so just this one bunkhouse has more than 6. So we can see that there's plenty of broke housing. You can see there's plenty of broke housing that's available. So the broke population, they should completely all find a house at least. The poor population, Still don't have vacant homes for them. Reason being is that we haven't quite finished. We haven't finished all of this poor housing over here. I'm not sure why. Just built up a number of mansions, so we're gonna check and see. Turns out that all of these houses are being lived in, which is really, really nice. Anything that's less than 100, I'm gonna go ahead and push it above 100 for the rich Tropicans. You could also just get up the housing by making the area around these mansions have a higher beauty, but that's okay. I don't want to build any flop houses between any of these buildings here, like squeezing in some flop houses amongst all of these factories and stuff, but I don't want to do it for the municipal area. The reason is that we'll end up having like a bunch of rich Tropicans live in flop houses, and I'd rather them live in like mansions and stuff nearby. And there's probably there's rich people living here, and so because of that, I'm gonna demolish that house there, this bit of housing. And what I could end up doing is squeezing in instead a new clinic. I wonder if whoa, for some reason we don't have any people coming to the college. I wonder why. Not a single person. No one's graduated. Nobody's enrolled. That's kind of weird. What kind of does suck is that these people that are in the high school, like if they're an adult, like this person here, they end up being broke because they don't have a job and they're just working or they're just enrolled in a high school. And so, let me think here. I could do Social Security. Retirees, adult students receive 60% of the wage. This is going to decrease capitalist standing. Capitalist standing isn't super duper great. All these bunkhouses that we're building seems to make them not quite as upset, but the mansions make them really happy. So the poor and the broke housing doesn't make them happy. Let's see here. There's got to be something that we can do to make them happy. I could do no free lunch, but the thing is that this would kind of defeat the purpose of building the food buildings for the broke people, because as you can see here, broke citizens cannot afford to buy food. That wouldn't be great. Yeah, I can't think of anything. We'll just activate Social Security, I think. This will make it so that the broke Tropicans, or people that retire and students, they'll be at least poor. So all of these students will be at least poor. I doubt there will be a single... Yeah, there's not a single broke Tropican anymore. So if we come and check out the wealth, the only people that are broke are people that just don't have jobs. I'm gonna go ahead and build a second high school. Well, actually, no, I'll wait a while. I lost a couple months here, but it doesn't matter. Still no cars to America. Let's see here. Armageddon, we still have it for 25 months, so I really, really, really want to get a car export to America before then. Just make sure that America's relation stays pretty high. If we find our Mando garrison, everyone's still working in it, that's good. Completing guerrilla patrol. One more guerrilla patrol, then we'll be allies with America. That'd be pretty convenient for us. We just got another food type to the grocery. As you can see, the service quality continues to get a little bit higher. As a matter of fact, we're going to go through and build another grocery. I don't want this one too close to the other one, so we'll build it way over here. Just quick build it. Maximize the budget. I want to build a shopping mall. How much electricity are we at? We still have 374. Let's see if our coal supply is still continuing to grow. Yeah, it's getting pretty close to the max. Maximum amount of storage, so I'm gonna go ahead and build just one more. Matter of fact, I don't want this anymore. Don't want the Pyrocope. I don't think that we'll be needing it. And if we do, then I can just build another one really quickly. And we will build a new coal power plant. Oops. Kind of built that in a wonky spot. Another little building tip just to make things a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Sometimes you'll have like open space amongst all your factories and stuff, and what I'll do is I'll just fill them in with roads sometimes, just to make like areas look good. Like right here, if I didn't want to put a building or some parks, then well, looks kind of annoying because of like right here, let's say that you could just build a road right there like that to, like if there was a building right here. The road wouldn't like serve any purpose, no one would ever drive on it, it would just kind of like fill the area in with concrete. Oh, so we are starting to really make the Europeans upset. So anytime it's below, I think 30, then you're gonna start running into problems. We could be invaded, like, really soon. Let's see how much longer we have until... About 3 months. If we can survive 3 months, then we'll make it to allies with America, and hopefully the Americans will protect us from the Europeans. What we could also do is just kind of find something to quickly appease them so they're not super duper mad at us. Upcoming elections, I'll deliver an amazing speech. I went over elections earlier. Pretty easy to make it through these. We'll say that we'll focus on fun happiness. We'll acknowledge that it's a problem. Choose the capitalist faction. Not going to blame any superpowers. Not going to promise to make anything better. Fun happiness. I wonder why our fun happiness is so low. Check out the theater. We still have workers in the theater. We still have a nightclub for everyone. The cabaret is... we don't have enough workers for it. We'll put the movie theater on the max budget. Okay. We got a whole lot of money. A whole bunch of money, probably because we have 4 vehicle factories. We just need more workers. As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is to help keep things running smoothly, build another warehouse. This one will go right next door too. Well, I want to kind of find like a nifty little spot. Here will be fine. Quick build it up real quick. So what I can also do is get high-rise stacks. So now we have a little bit more space for these buildings, or for these resources. We have tobacco, iron, and coal. So right off the bat, I already know that we're going to want to start storing our steel. Just make sure we're not wasting steel. We're also going to need rubber. So now this storehouse, or this warehouse, will store materials we need for the vehicle factories, just to make sure that we're not wasting too much. The cigar factory is doing fine. I might end up doing another space for coal, depending on if we continue to start having a surplus of coal. Oh, you know what we could do is just quickly build a fire station. I mean, I'd rather get one down, like right now. We'll build this one here. Reason being is that, and we'll research the fire station real quick. Fire station's kind of nifty. What you can do is, we'll put it on the max budget. You can do building inspections, and so all of these highlighted buildings, all these blue ones, it decreases the cost of them by 10% based on efficiency. And so we're hitting 2 vehicle factories. We're also hitting these coal power plants. We're actually hitting 3 vehicle factories. So that's pretty good. Set diplomatic state of USA to alliance. So now the US is our allies. That's really good for us. So all these buildings near this fire station are a whole lot cheaper. Not a whole lot cheaper, that's just a little bit. So real quick, we can check the difference by checking this power plant, 309 as compared to this one, 330. And so it's just a little bit cheaper, but all of these buildings here are a little bit cheaper. It even reaches the college, our courthouse, our bank. So super convenient to put it in this location here. Put this clinic max budget, get anesthetization, I can't pronounce this word, modern diagnostics on all of the clinics. Put them all in the max budget, and because we have the single payer system, I believe is what it is in our constitution, service quality gets above 100, which is really good. Hospitals above 100 as well. So if you at least make a poor wage, then you get a, you can come and get lots of healthcare, which is really good. If you're poor, then you got to go to or if you're broke, you got to go to a chapel to get some. You got to go to a chapel to get healthcare, and it's not going to be that great. Put this power plant on the max budget. So now we have 4 power plants, and it just got coal. So this means that we have close to 1,000 again, which is pretty good for us. I'm kind of thinking that from the dock down this main road here, so what we can kind of do is start setting up our first set of like a downtown area. Let's start with the shopping mall. Why not? What's kind of cool about the shopping mall is that it's got like this front facing area, and then I believe the people will walk in from the direction that we're looking at here. But as you can see, the car, like the road service, the road connection is off to the side, and so you can make some pretty cool looking building setups. As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is kind of create a square here, like a downtown square. And so what So what I think I'm gonna do is yeah, I got a pretty good idea here. So we'll put this here, right? And then we'll build our first bit of super modernness here. We'll build this building here. Then we'll come over and build our first office. Right there. And so this is starting to become like a downtown area, like a nice downtown square. I might end up changing how this looks in the future, but let's go ahead and build our first really cool set of downtown. Like the first park, that's going to look really nice. So we'll do that there. Off to the side, we'll put this, and that. And so what I'm kind of planning is how this is like a 3x4. We'll put another 3x4, 3x4, 3x4. Right here, what I can also come and do is build our first metro station. Metro stations are also going to kind of ruin the crime safety nearby, but that's technically what we're going to want in the future. I think this also means that I can start getting rid of bus stations, so. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and demolish all of the bus stations on the whole island. And so what we can end up doing is just kind of building some metro stations around, put all of them on the max budget, why not? Would be convenient to find a good little place. Actually, you know what? We will come over here, delete this, and we can build a metro station right here. And then also we can build one right next to the hospital. Right in this nice little downtown, or in the municipal area. So if you need to go to the college or the hospital, or if you work in the bank or the courthouse, then you'll be able to come over here pretty freely, which is nice. I mean, I could also just start demolishing parking decks. No, I shouldn't, because it does look pretty nice to have people driving around. And if you're rich, then you can just drive wherever you want on the island, or if you're a tourist. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and build another parking deck. I think right here would look good. Oh. Gonna go ahead and just buy luxury outlets before having to wait a long time to get it, or maybe forgetting about it. So the shopping mall works the same way as our groceries, but on top of working like that, they also have a huge amount of visitor slots, which is pretty good. So they're gonna have food be brought to them, and then they'll also have, I'm not sure if they'll have consumer goods brought, but yeah, they will actually have consumer goods brought, and they'll also have luxury goods brought to them whenever we get the luxury outlets. And so as you can see, we're making like a lot of money. Reason is that cars are going for a lot right now. And we're still getting unlucky. We're not getting cars to America, which is the only thing that we really want. And the trade deals. but we have like absolutely boatloads of money. Check out our metro stations. We got Bing, Bing, Bing. I mean, we could throw one somewhere over here. Try and find like a good location for it. There's a lot of people living in this. We're gonna demolish it anyways and build a new metro station, and we can set one up somewhere around here. There's a park here we can demolish. And so that's might end up being like all the parks we're gonna build forever. Sorry, not parks. This might end up being all of the metro stations we'll build forever. Just because that's like plenty around. We'll be able to allow everyone to move around the island pretty freely. How's coal doing? We're actually getting to a point where we are gonna soon run out of storage space for coal, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this warehouse start picking up coal as well. We have a lot of rubber, but that's okay. Office, let's see if we're making money. We are. We're making a lot of money. Something nice you can do is get solar power windows on your modern apartments to save some electricity. Let's think of some other downtown stuff that we can build around here. Maybe a museum of modern art would be nice. We got like an absolutely whole lot of money. I think it'd be kind of funny to have a fast food joint. And we'll build a museum of modern art, why not? Maybe we can... Yeah, we'll build one here. And let's see what else we can do. Build a fast food joint, kind of out in the middle of the park here. Then we can come through and build... We'll build up a number of additional housing units here. And as a matter of fact, we'll get rid of one of these. And we will build instead an additional office. As a matter of fact, we'll build an office there as well. And we'll build just one more. Modern apartment. Just quick build all of this, why not? Kind of in an impatient mood. Museum of Modern Art, put that on max budget. Oh no. Get solar power windows. This on the max budget. Put all the offices on the max budget. You always want to do that. So offices are going to compete for revenue. So as you can see, the last time we checked, this was at 1,000. Still full on workers. And so the amount of income that we're going to make every time we get a new office is going to go down. So what you do is you like keep on building up new offices, and the amount of revenue they'll make is going to continue to go down. And then eventually you'll change some of their work modes. And so there's a bunch of different work modes. I have a video called Capitalist Utopia, and in that one I had like maybe like 50 different office buildings, maybe even more. And in that one you would slowly just change these around. What I like doing was like having like a huge district dedicated towards one specific work mode. So like if there was a bunch of offices in this huge area, I'd make them all corporate. And then maybe over here I'd change them all to consumer, and then like a couple over here in this little area I'd make them official or solid or what have you. Could also build another bank around here somewhere, but what I think I'm going to do real quickly is build this area in with just a number of parks. We have this 2x4. No. What I can do is build this one with El Presidente looking towards that church over there. Do a 2x2 square right here. Turn off random variation, just build some of these here. And this is our new little downtown area. Pretty cool. Cool. I'm gonna quickly check out the crime safety on the whole island. For some reason, it's not nearly as bad as I'm kind of hoping it was. I mean, I'd rather it start kind of climbing up over time and start getting a lot more criminals. We can sell cars to Russia. 9 more months until we get new trade deals. 13 months until the economic event ends. Oh no, the economic event already ended. Let's see here. Oh man, cars already dropped back down. That kind of sucks. It would have been really nice to get cars way up here, selling them for like, you know, 50,000 per export of 1,000 cars. But I mean, we're already making just boatloads of money from all of this, which is pretty good for us. Allow everyone to vote freely. Don't really need to go cheating the system unless you're going to lose the election. I might fill in just like a little bit more buildings behind the shopping mall here with tall buildings, and then maybe like fill in this little square here with some tall buildings, and then you know what, I think that might be like all the tall buildings that I build. And what I might do is kind of surround it with tenements to kind of make like a decent little skyline, and then just the rest of everything else I'll leave kind of how it is. Everything will be like nice and low. And I think that'll look pretty nice. Six broke Tropicans without homes. Build those two up there, and we'll unlock the tenement finally. Tenements actually decrease the crime safety around them. Quick build these buildings up just because I quickly want to see what they look like. Put these tenements on the max budget. We only have 2 of them, so it shouldn't be too terrible. Put them on armed caretaker. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna demolish this modern apartment. As for this one, we'll put it on solar power windows, get that upgrade. Come through and we'll actually just build another office here. Pretty decent little skyline coming along. Yeah, I don't want like too many. Don't want too many skyscraper buildings. I could go through and do everything, like start just kind of replacing these apartments with skyscraper apartments, but Cool, win our election, that's good. For some reason this building burned down whenever we had a fire station. And it had workers. I'm not sure. That's okay though. 4 more months, hopefully we get a trade deal to America for cars. Banana, corn, pineapples. We're also selling cars and cigars to any rich Tropicans that show up here. So I think what I want to do is get a bit more food on the island. First, got to check out how much electricity we have. 460, that should be enough. So what I can do is get a couple of factory ranches on the island now. Really, we only need... Here, real quick, let's see what this is. Cars and chocolate. So I'll build, I think, 2 chocolate factories. But... So, meat, hides, don't need the hides. Wool, milk, don't need the wool. So we could do some goat factory ranches here. Maybe like 2 would be enough. That'll give us like lots of milk. And then also we could do like 2 pig ranches as well. Kind of want these, let's see, I'll put them kind of further away than the rest of the buildings on the island. Like the rest of the food production buildings. So we'll do 2 pig factory ranches there. Put them on the max budget as well. Overfeeding, should have done that for both of them. Vaccinate these guys, all the pigs, that's good. Now we can come over here and set up our goat plantations. Max budget, vaccinate them. Mechanical milk, or why not? This also means that we're probably going to need at least just a little bit more corn. What is this plantation here? Banana, we'll demolish that. Don't need it no more. Demolish this road, too curvy. Come out this way, come over here, there. Build this all the way down, finish this off here. Build this road down to here. Okay. So this is all looking pretty good. I'm liking, like this will be, I think, like the final layout of all the roads, at least for the city here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put just 2 more corn. 2 more corn plantations right about here should be fine. Quick build both of these dudes. Selective breeding, should have done that a long time ago on the other corn plantations. I talk about it in the beginner's guide. If you're going to do green waste chopper, really it's only good if you plan on having these buildings around for a really long time. Probably never going to end up deleting these 2, so that's a good choice there. Because they're affecting factory ranches. So let's check out how far away. So every single one of these plantations can affect these factory ranches, so let's check out how much more effective this is going to be. So the budget is 132 for each of these guys, each of these factory wrenches. If we buy Greenway's chopper, 132, it dropped by $3, right, for just one. Dropped by another $3. Another $3, 123, 120. So each of these is making it drop by $3 every single time. 111. So I believe all of these buildings now have the upgrade here. Oh, no, missed one. Okay, so all those buildings, all these plantations here have the upgrade, and it was at like 132, I think, and so that dropped it by almost $30 per month, and there's 2 factory ranches here, and so that means that we're saving almost $60 a month. That's pretty good. What this also means is that I could, you know, build one more factory ranch right here, and it will take advantage of all of the upgrades there. I mean, I could do... Yeah, I'll just do another pig plantation, why not? I don't plan on, like, using hides or using wool. What I could end up doing is just importing, like, a bunch of other goods. Cars, Russia, China. Neither of these are America, which really sucks. And sell that. We can sell sugar to America. We can import furniture from America. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Import tobacco. We're not really using tobacco. Make sure all the budgets are maxed out on all of our ranches and whatnot. Overfeeding, veterinary vaccination. Okay, cool. Why is this factory ranch, or vehicle factory? It looks like we're running into problems producing steel. Let's check our warehouse. The warehouse has a little bit of steel in storage. There should be absolutely no problems with steel. I don't know what the problem is. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna wait a couple months, let some money build up. So, here's a quick little tip. European Union supports our Caribbean neighbors. What this means is that actually see right there, it jumped up the Caribbean happiness. And so the Caribbean neighbors are going to be a bit happier for a while. I think this will eventually come back down to a normal place. But this is going to decrease your support pretty much. So anytime you see superpowers supporting our Caribbean neighbors, it's just a way to decrease support. Not too big of a problem. We can just keep on forcing our population to be happy by putting down some more things that are going to increase our happiness. I'm not sure why our fun happiness is so low. It's been so low for so long. Oh man, I didn't do this right either. I wanted this one step back, and then I was going to put some parks in front of it. And so it would create like kind of like a cool... just like a cool shot. Like a pretty nice little downtown area. But that is another hour of recording for this series. There's more that I want to do. I want to keep on pushing this until the build is completely built out. Maybe till we get like 2, maybe 3,000 population. I definitely want like a lot more criminals on the island. We're down to 43. This is going to require, so the way to get a lot of criminals on the island is to have your happiness way above the Caribbean happiness. This will make it to where people are immigrating a lot. We have ways that increase, or we have some things that increase immigration even further, so open doors on our immigration office. And then we also have the edict, penal colony. increases immigration rate by 60%. And this increases the chance of each immigrant being a criminal. And so if we have a lot of people immigrating onto the island and there's an increased chance that they are criminals, and then there's no jobs for them to work at, it's just like you move here, there's a chance that you're going to be really happy, but there's no jobs for you, then your only option is really to become a criminal, and then criminals will be able to, like a criminal will become well off. And so you move here, you become a criminal, and then you're able to afford the happy lifestyle that everyone has. But if there is open jobs, then of course people will be able to move here and work a normal job and still be able to afford all of the cool things that the island has to offer. And then also on top of that, I'm probably going to build some, let's check out overlays real quick. Yeah, see, we have like a whole, this island is absolutely rich in minerals and whatnot. So I'll probably end up just building, like here we have 4 gold mines right there. There's a bunch of gold mines over here that we're already taking advantage of. There's a whole 4 more there. So we should never really need to import, minerals that we're using. So we will probably never need to import coal or iron because there's just huge chunks of it. Here's 400,000 coal, another 400,000 coal, 100,000, 200,000, 100,000 there, 200,000 there, 400,000 way over here. So there's way more coal than we'll ever need on the island, so we don't need to import it. Same thing with iron. The extra stuff, like the aluminum, we're not going to be using it. Nickel we're not going to use, gold we're not going to use, so we could just get all of this and then bring it to the to downtown and then just sell it all. And so like on the edge of town over here, on this side, we'll probably end up building like a whole bunch of Teamsters offices. And then just way out here, we can build like little townships. Little townships here, little townships there. And they'll also have some Teamsters offices. And then we'll just build up a lot of mines on all of this stuff out here. And then on top of that, something that I think is pretty aesthetically pleasing is just to build up a normal plantation. And then you can find a way to fit in some country houses nearby. Maybe like a little country house neighborhood. So something like this. These areas, like, this will just be like a cool little thing to fit in wherever we can. And then on top of that, you can do other little towny things like build a garbage dump. Garbage dumps affect like a huge area. So as we can see, like all of these buildings, like this huge area out here, we would just need like one garbage dump right in the middle. But I mean, I'll probably end up just leaving this, why not? Put it on the max budget. Put these on the max budget, little Eden on all of them. So the people living out here will be really happy and they'll work at a little plantation right next door. And so, yeah, we're going to build up this area, make it really criminalistic, have a lot of money being generated here, all the goods from the island brought here and sold off. It's going to be a cool looking island eventually. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to continue watching along with these series, I'm definitely going to be doing these series probably until they make the next Tropico game. So be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along. Peace.